Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand before you today. In the time we spend together, I will reveal the raw truth, the undeniable power of one principle that can change your life. And it's something you've likely heard of, but not understood in the way I'm about to make you understand it. That principle is this: trust the process. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Yet for most, it's one of the most difficult things to do. We are all born with an innate desire for instant results, for shortcuts that promise us the world without the effort. But if you want to rise above mediocrity, if you want success so immense it'll make your head spin, you have to understand the process. And more importantly, trust it. Success is not an overnight phenomenon, my friends. It's not something you stumble upon while walking through life. It requires a plan, a foundation, and relentless commitment. Trusting the process is the difference between those who reach the summit and those who fail halfway up the mountain. It's not about what you achieve today or tomorrow. It's about what you can commit to over the long haul. And let me tell you, the long haul is where greatness is built. And so forget about instant gratification, forget about shortcuts. Because if you want to be a champion, you must trust the process. The power of patience in the process. But trusting the process requires patience. It's as simple as that. But let me tell you something. Patience is a weapon. People underestimate patience. They see it as weakness, as passivity, but that couldn't be further from the truth. When you commit to a long-term process, you are effectively committing to an unseen battle. And you have to be ready for the fact that this battle may take longer than you anticipate. Your dreams, your goals, they are not meant to happen in a few weeks or a few months. They are meant to happen after years of grinding, failing, learning, and growing. And most people, they can't handle it. They quit. Patience in the process doesn't mean you sit idly by. No. It means you continue to put in the work every single day, knowing that progress is happening, even if you can't see it. You're like an iceberg. Most of your work is happening beneath the surface. The real results will emerge when you've put in enough time and effort. Every day that you wake up and grind is a step closer to the success you seek. The person who understands this is the person who will eventually achieve the greatness they desire. But you must trust that this process, no matter how long, is working for you. And let me give you the hard truth. You will never have enough patience unless you have a deep belief in the process itself. Most of you, when faced with adversity, will question whether the process is working at all. The results you desire may seem distant, but this is the point where others quit. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you must hold on to your belief, trust in the process, and keep pushing forward regardless of the obstacles that stand in your way. The best things in life, the things that will make your name known, the things that will change the world, take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to wake up tomorrow with a six-figure bank account, a private jet, and worldwide fame. No, it takes years of focused effort, relentless discipline, and an unwavering commitment to your mission. The process works if you trust it. But here's the catch. It will test you. It will test your patience, your perseverance, and your belief in yourself. Most won't pass that test, but you can. Trusting the process is also about understanding that setbacks are part of the journey. You're not failing when you face adversity. You're learning, adapting, and building the resilience you need to succeed. And in this process, patience is everything. Patience is the shield that will keep you going when everything else tells you to quit. It is the virtue that separates those who achieve success from those who fade away in frustration. Finally, patience is not about waiting. It's about what you do while you wait. Are you standing still, feeling sorry for yourself? Or are you working, improving, and preparing for the moment when the process finally brings you the reward you've been working for? The most successful people in the world understood the power of patience. And that patience, when combined with unwavering belief, will guarantee your success if you stick to the process long enough. Commitment to consistency. The key to trusting the process is commitment. Commitment isn't just a word, it's an action, a lifestyle. It's easy to commit to something when things are going well. It's easy to commit to the process when you can see immediate results. But commitment is truly tested when the results aren't coming fast enough. It's easy to follow the process when things are working in your favor. But what about when they're not? What about when the road gets tough and you feel like giving up? Commitment to consistency means showing up every single day. It means doing the hard things even when you don't feel like it. It means keeping your promises to yourself even when everything around you is telling you to quit. The most successful people on this planet didn't become who they are by cutting corners or taking days off. They achieved success because they made a choice to commit to consistency day in and day out, no matter the circumstances. When you trust the process, you will be tested on your commitment. It's not about the small wins. It's about the long-term dedication to the grind. You won't see results immediately, and that's where many people falter. But those who stay consistent, those who show up every day despite the challenges, despite the obstacles, they are the ones who will ultimately win. It's that simple. Consistency is the key to building momentum. You can't expect to gain any real traction unless you are consistently putting in the work. The more consistent you are, the more opportunities open up for you. Opportunities are built upon the foundation of hard work and dedication. And that foundation is built upon consistency. No one becomes successful by working hard one day and slacking off the next. It's a constant, unrelenting pursuit of excellence that separates the winners from the losers. It's also about embracing the mundane, the daily routines that may seem insignificant at the time, but which over time compound into something extraordinary. You don't need to do something groundbreaking every day. In fact, the greatest results often come from doing the same thing repeatedly, over and over, until you get it right. The process will require you to be consistent, even when you're not seeing the immediate payoff. It's not about short-term rewards. It's about building something that will last for years to come. Consistency also means learning to adapt and evolve within the process. The world doesn't stay the same, and neither should your approach. You must be consistent in your actions, but also open to learning, growing, and adjusting your methods. The true test of commitment is not staying stuck in the same approach, but finding ways to improve every step of the way. The unseen work behind success. Success is often misunderstood as something that happens in the spotlight, something that's easy to see, something that everyone notices. But the reality is that success is built on a foundation of hard, unseen work. The people who achieve greatness are not those who get the most attention in the moment, but those who are grinding behind the scenes, doing the things that others aren't willing to do. They put in hours of effort when no one is watching. They endure the grind of routine, repetition, and failure. They are committed to doing what is necessary, not what is convenient. The process, the true process, is not glamorous. It's not about showing off your results to the world. It's about the quiet, disciplined work that happens when no one is around. People talk about success as if it's an event, but success is a lifestyle. It's about what you do when no one is looking. It's about waking up early and going to bed late, not for recognition, but because you are committed to the journey, and the results will come eventually. Those who trust the process understand that the real work happens in the trenches, They're not waiting for their moment of glory. They're preparing for it through relentless effort. While others are out chasing distractions, the successful are in the trenches, doing what's necessary. It's a mindset that separates the great from the good. You must have the mental toughness to do the unseen work, to embrace the grind, and to understand that success is not something that happens overnight. It's a result of years of hard, unsung work. It's easy to admire the results, to want the fame, the wealth, the recognition, but let me tell you this, the results are just the tip of the iceberg. What you don't see is the sacrifice, the sleepless nights, the dedication to the craft. It's easy to envy the success of others, but the real question is, are you willing to do the work that others won't? Because without the unseen work, there are no results. Without the hours of behind-the-scenes effort, success is nothing more than a dream. And here's the cold, hard truth. You will face moments where you question whether the work you're doing matters at all. It will feel like you're stuck in a loop, like no progress is being made. That's the point where most people quit, but not you. You keep going because you trust the process. You trust that the unseen work is adding up. You trust that each small step, each small victory is building towards something greater. If you want to achieve success, you must learn to love the unseen work. You must embrace it. Because the process is not about quick wins or easy rewards. It's about consistently doing what others aren't willing to do. The true champions are the ones who find joy in the work, in the grind, in the struggle. And when you learn to love the work, success becomes inevitable. Embracing failure as a stepping stone. Failure. Most people avoid it like the plague. They fear it, they run from it, and they let it define them. But here's the truth. Failure is not the enemy, it's your greatest ally. You need to fail in order to succeed. You must embrace failure as a necessary part of the process. Failure isn't something that happens when things go wrong. No, failure happens when you stop trying. Failure happens when you quit. As long as you keep moving forward, failure is just a stepping stone, a lesson on your way to success. Failure is inevitable in the process. You will stumble, you will fall, but it's what you do after that matters. The process is full of failures, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. But the most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by avoiding failure. They got there by embracing it, by learning from it, by getting back up and pushing forward when most would have given up. When you fail, you're not done. You're not finished. You're not defeated. You're being shaped. You're being forged into something stronger, something better. Failure teaches you resilience. It teaches you how to pivot, how to adapt, how to refine your approach. It's not a setback, it's an opportunity for growth. But you must trust the process enough to allow failure to be a part of that journey. You can't trust the process and expect to never fail. That's a fantasy. The reality is much harder. You will fall. You will fail and you will feel discouraged. But in those moments, you have two choices. You can quit, or you can use failure as fuel to drive you further. Trusting the process means understanding that failure is not permanent, but a temporary obstacle. It's the moment that separates those who will ultimately make it from those who won't. The key to embracing failure is to change your mindset. You must stop viewing failure as a negative. Instead, see it as a necessary part of your journey. It's a sign that you're on the right path. It's a sign that you're pushing boundaries and testing your limits. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to welcome. Because without failure, there is no progress. Without failure, there are no lessons learned. And without those lessons, you will never achieve the success you seek. The process requires that you fail, but it also requires that you get back up. It requires that you push forward, stronger and smarter than before. The successful understand this. They know that failure is not the end. It's just another chapter in their journey. The process is about learning from those failures and using them to propel yourself toward greater achievements. The importance of unwavering focus. Focus is everything. You will be pulled in 1,000 different directions, each one offering a new opportunity, a new distraction, or a new temptation to give up. But you must learn to shut it all out. The process requires unwavering focus. Focus on your goal. Focus on your mission. Focus on what's important. Everything else is just noise. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. It's easier than ever to lose track of what matters. Social media, entertainment, and the constant barrage of information can pull you away from the path you've chosen. But success doesn't happen when you're scattered. It happens when you are focused, clear, and relentless. You must decide what you want and then make that your sole focus. The process demands that you give your undivided attention to your goal. It doesn't matter if things get tough, if the world tries to pull you in a million directions, or if you encounter obstacles that try to derail your progress. You must stay focused. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Focus is the laser that cuts through the clutter and allows you to achieve greatness. Focus also means avoiding the trap of perfectionism. Too many people become paralyzed by the need to get everything right. They want to make sure every detail is perfect before taking action. But this mindset will keep you stuck forever. The process doesn't care about perfection. It cares about progress. As long as you stay focused on moving forward, you will make progress. And in the end, that's all that matters. The distractions will never stop. There will always be something vying for your attention, but the key to success is learning to prioritize. Learn to say no to the things that don't align with your vision. The process requires that you stay focused on the big picture and block out the noise. And when you do this, when you learn to maintain laser-like focus on your goal, success is inevitable. Focus is not a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. You must constantly remind yourself of what's important. You must keep your eyes on the prize, no matter what comes your way. The process demands that you stay committed to your vision and never let anything or anyone sway you from your course. Mastering the art of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of trusting the process. Without it, you are nothing. You can't rely on motivation alone to get you through the tough times. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what will carry you through. The process requires that you master the art of self-discipline. It's not about feeling like it, it's about doing it, no matter how you feel. Self-discipline is what keeps you going when the road is long, when your energy is drained, and when your mind is telling you to quit. It's about waking up early, working when you don't feel like it, and pushing yourself beyond your limits. Discipline is the muscle that keeps you moving, even when every fiber of your being wants to stop. And the process won't work without it. When you develop self-discipline, you build a foundation that is unshakable. It allows you to trust the process because you know that no matter how hard things get, you will keep going. You will put in the work even when the results aren't immediate. You will keep pushing even when you feel like you're not making progress. Self-discipline is what turns the process into a guarantee. You must also understand that self-discipline is not just about your actions, it's about your mindset. It's about cultivating the mental fortitude to keep going no matter what. The process will test you, and self-discipline is the only way to withstand those tests. It's what will prevent you from quitting when things get tough, and it's what will ensure that you stay on the path to success. When you trust the process, you also trust that self-discipline will get you through. It's the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's the constant force that will drive you forward even when the going gets tough. And it's the one thing that will guarantee that the process will ultimately lead to success. You want success? You want greatness? Then master self-discipline. Because without it, the process will never work. Self-discipline is the foundation that holds everything together, and it's the key to unlocking the true power of the process. Trusting the process is the only way to achieve true success. It's not about shortcuts or quick fixes. It's about committing to the long haul, no matter how tough it gets. Success requires patience, consistency, failure, focus, and above all, discipline. If you trust the process, if you put in the work, if you keep going even when it's hard, the rewards will come. But you must trust, and you must keep trusting, no matter what.